All right, so we got our power supply out. Now we can actually supply power to the motherboard. If I were super pro, I would have a test bench. So that way I could just plug all this stuff in and not have to worry about that. But I'm not, and I don't, so I do. Should I do this like Dora the Explorer? Where's the processor? I'm gonna take this 3.4 gigahertz processor all the way to 4.9. Let's do it! As the house explodes. Now, like I said, I pulled all this crap out already. I already looked at it. I was super excited. Hi, Vanjie. I've got a dog. I noticed right away that this sucker had thermal paste on it. And I was like, that's some good thermal paste. Okay, this is interesting. Do I need to pull this off? Manuals, who uses those? Not me. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so we're leaving the backplate on. I thought the grommets were actually on the board, but it turns out they're on the backplate. So we get to keep the backplate. Now the only sad thing about this having pre-applied thermal paste is that if I don't line this up right, then it's going to smear everywhere. First try. There we go. I was gonna say, I lost the ability. My fine dexterity. There's the box. Being covered by other RAM, the crappier older RAM, the old and busted. Now we get to pull out the new hotness. Again, only the oldest of memes here. This RAM specifically, this G.Skill Trident Z RGB, is one of the few RGB RAMs that actually is optimized for Ryzen processors. So every time they went on sale, they sold out before I got them. So any RAM that comes out these days is gonna have an XMP profile on it, which you have to enable through the BIOS on your motherboard. If you don't enable XMP, you're not gonna get advertised speeds out of your RAM. The problem with that is every manufacturer has a different BIOS. So the way you find it, the way it's labeled, how to enable it, it's all different on every board. On top of that, every time there's a new generation of board that comes out, they change the BIOS. So it looks completely different. My old board, that was an ASUS. This board is an ASUS, but the BIOS is completely different. So I get to navigate all that and experiment that. And are you comfortable down there? Always good to check on both the RAM manufacturer's website and your motherboard manufacturer's website to make sure the RAM that you're putting in your motherboard is actually compatible. And I hate G.Skill for this because this Trident RGB, the model number ends in 16, which is the size of the memory, 16 gigabytes, 16 GT, which is the model number, Z, which is the Trident Z, R, which is RGB, and then this is the X because it's for Ryzen X series. I hate this because there's also 16 GT-ZR and everybody sells those. You better stop chewing on that or you're gonna have a bad time. This dog is gonna be a non-dog in a few minutes. Okay, so the back plate is actually facing the front. This makes no sense.
And you're saving to buy a 2080 Ti, right?
I'm probably not buying a 2080 Ti, not gonna lie. I ain't even fitting to play with that. Now the moment of truth. This Republic of Gamers, I'm so congested. This Republic of Gamers plate on this motherboard comes up pretty high on the that first PCIe slot. So I'm hoping this doesn't like interfere enough that it keeps me from actually being able to put this memory card down. Okay, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. This is the moment where like the build becomes slightly stressful, because you gotta make sure nothing drags, everything's clean, nothing gets wet or stripped or shorted. And this legitimately will not fit with this faceplate. Got it, I got it, we're good. This sits like right on top of that backplate though. That backplate though. Now the fun part, because I gotta plug in this power supply, which let me reiterate again. What is this? This is CoolerMaster. CoolerMaster, I know this is an old power supply, but if you ever make another power supply that's a 20+4 pin, I will find you and I will hurt you. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And I didn't even realize this was in two pieces because it's been in Toto for so long, I've never had to pull it out. I didn't even know it was in two pieces. This is so dumb. It's so dumb. Get this punk in there. If you're wondering why I'm treating this so delicately, it's because if this breaks, I'm out money. All right, we got the 20 plus 4 pin in. We gotta get this video card. There we go. That's what it is. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't have an 8 pin. Why you gotta do me like that? This is why modular cables are a lifesaver, guys. So am I doing 4 plus 4 for this 8 pin? That's gonna be a pain to get out later. All right, I guess this is what we're doing. This is my life now. This is why I'm planning on getting a new power supply.
3 hours later.
No, this has to be a 6 plus 2. Oh, I might be screwed. Because this has to be a 6 plus 2, the way that it's arranged. I might not be able to power my video card.
6 hours later.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I think we're good. Wait, are we good? These are 2 square. These are rounded. What the actual living flip? Oof. Let me double check the manual here. Wait a minute. SATA cables, 4-pin cable. Did you come with the SATA cable? SLI bridge. Did you not? Oh, it didn't come with one. I was kind of hoping it would have come with an 8-pin cable or a 6 plus 2 or something. Bear with me, folks, as I engage in some heavy-duty manual searching here.
1 eternity later.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me bring you guys up to speed here. And by that I mean bring you down to the table so you can look at what I'm dealing with here. Right here, squares on the corners, squares in the middle. That should be fine. The problem is, my P3 cable here, I don't know if the camera can even see that. It's trying to focus. But it's all rounded, which means I can try and put them in, but they don't actually go there. Okay. Let me show this to you because I'm going psycho here. So it has either an 8-pin option right there or a 4-pin option, and it doesn't show 2 coming in. So I should be able to get away with just the 1 power cable. If it doesn't turn on with the 1 power cable, we don't have to freak out because that doesn't necessarily mean anything's fried. It's just underpowered. Let's just go for it. Moment of truth. So let me get you guys up close and personal here. Now, we've got a couple of indicators here that are going to tell us if this turns on. Because this memory is RGB and it's powered by the DIMM slot itself, if this posts, that memory should light up. So if we get fan spin and we get RGB lights on the memory, we're good. Power on. And now, because this isn't in a case, we have to turn this on by touching 2 pins together, which is super fun. This trick has worked since the dawn of time. If this explodes, this is a great way for me to die. All right, that didn't work. So, oh, we got it. I had the power supply switch in the wrong direction. This is power to the board. We've got our little indicator light here, which shows that it's on. Okay, so we've got power to the board, but we don't have fan spin yet. So let's try and get some fan spin now. We got fan spin. We've got power here to the board. Fan is spinning. One of our RAM slots is working. That's slightly frightening. Please stand by while I move things around and try not to break everything. See, this just bugs me on an aesthetic level. I'm getting a no cable connected indication, which is okay. That was. Let's be very careful, Mark. Let's not destroy everything that, as of right now, is actually working. Come on. All right, we got post, so that's a good sign. Total memory is 8 gigs. I don't know if you guys can see this. Right here, that says 8,192 megabytes, or as we like to call it, 8 gigabytes. Now we know that one's lit. It's lit, yo. We know this one works, so we'll move this over to B2 and cry because it doesn't want to go in. All right, so that clipped in. Now this sucker should clip in pretty easily as well. All right, so that's it. Oh, now it's in. We've got power to the board. I love that this lights up just with power to the board. I love that. That's really cool. Oop, we got power. I think. We've got fan spin. We have board power. We don't have post. Why? This is the fun part of building a computer, is when everything goes wrong, how do we fix it? See, that's not in. That's not in at all. Okay, in, click, that's in. The board is fine. And spin. Okay, there we go. I had my RAMs in the wrong place. And now, 16, yeah, there's no angle that's gonna work for you guys here. 16 gigs of RAM. So now what we can do is we can actually turn this off and actually put it in the case. The hard part is done, guys. That's the majority of our work.